Hello all. Today we are going to decode the code of colors and symbols used on the topographical map. So the topic for today's video is conventional signs and symbols. Let's begin. It is very difficult to understand the meaning or the relevance of a symbol used on a map unless it is told to us. You must have seen some strange symbols, something like this. It's very difficult for a new person to understand what the symbol means. It becomes even more confusing when you see a symbol like this after some distance. Well, actually, the first symbol means that overtaking in that section is prohibited. And the second symbol means the prohibition of overtaking has ended. What about this? If you are stuck on the highway with this symbol in front of you, I am sure you won't be able to move your car ahead. You need to understand full paragraph to understand the meaning of this symbol. Another symbol. Now, what in the world do you think this symbol is doing? Is there a message? I don't know. If you find something, please do let me know. I guess this could be easy. Yes, no spitting. Let's understand the color pattern used in our topo sheet. The yellow color is the most prominent color seen on the topo sheet. It represents cultivated land. So wherever you see yellow color, it means that land or that piece of land is used for agriculture, farming. Whereas white color patches represent uncultivated land. Now green section in the map represent natural vegetation or forest. Blue color represents perennial source of water. For instance, perennial river streams, reservoirs, wells. Red color is used on the topographical map for showing man-made features. For instance, roads, buildings. Brown color in the map is used to represent contour lines, contour height, and relief features like sand dunes. Last but not the least, black color is used to show miscellaneous features. For instance, all the labels, the names are in black. Dry streams are shown in black color. The set of latitudes and longitudes are also shown in black color. There are various symbols used on the topo sheet. These symbols can be grouped in these categories: political boundaries, modes of transport, water bodies and modes of irrigation, settlements and civic facilities, vegetation, miscellaneous features, heights, relief features. Let's begin with political boundaries. On our topo sheet, we would find state boundary shown with black dash dot line. Now if you go to D7 and check grade 9497 or 98, you would find the state boundary between Gujarat and Rajasthan. Then we have district boundaries shown with the help of black dashed line, and taluka boundaries with black dotted lines. Modes of transport. Modes of transport would include meter gauge railway. Now there is only one example of such railway line. It is in D7, which is the southeast part of this map. You would find a meter gauge railway there. Metal road. On our map, metal roads are shown with thick red line. Metal road is the cemented road. Then we have unmetal road. Here, instead of thick red line, we have parallel dash line. You can see unmetal road is not cemented. This is an example in D7. If you go to 8473, or 7-4, you would find symbol of unmetalled road there. Then, since the sections shown on our topo sheets are mostly rural sections, we will have majority of the map covered with cart track. A cart track is shown with the help of single red line. Cart track is something like this, which is wide enough for a four-wheeler to pass. It was usually made for bullock carts, and that's why it is wide enough for a vehicle like a car. Then we have back track shown with dashed red line. You see back track, it is narrower than a cart track. Then we have footpath shown with red dotted line. Footpath is not the footpath along the roads. The footpath here means the footpath in the forested area, as you can see. So you can easily notice that footpath would be only present in sections which have forests. Let's look at the water bodies. In water bodies, first we have perennial streams. As told earlier, any perennial source of water will be shown with blue color. Blue color will represent perennial stream here. We have rivers which are not perennial, so they will be dry rivers along with sediments. And as you can see in the map, Sipu Nadi is dry river with sediments. Then it's possible that some sections of the dry river have a perennial channel. So you can notice a blue colored channel, which is the perennial channel within the dry river. To find dry river with sediment, you can go to 45D7 8697. Further, in water bodies, we have spring shown with the help of plus sign in blue color. We don't have any spring in our maps. Then we have streams which are seasonal or dry. Well, they are shown with black color. Then we have perennial lake or reservoir shown with blue color. You can see an example of perennial lake in 45D/10. Grid references 2221. Well, we also have dry or seasonal tanks, and you can see many examples of dry seasonal tanks across the maps. Further, we have dry tanks with embankment. Embankment suggests that it is man-made. In the absence of embankment, it is considered to be natural tank. Then we have a symbol of dam. It could be a small check dam or a large dam. Then we have canals shown from the source of water to any place in the map. So you would find the word canal written along with a thick black line. Then the most used source of irrigation, that is perennial lined well. It will be a blue circle. It has cemented wall. Then we have perennial unlined well, again perennial source of water, but it is not properly cemented. We have tube well as well, and that's a picture of a tube well. Then we have some of the wells with the word brackish written with it. Now the word brackish suggests that the water from the well is not fit for drinking, as it is saline or salty. So you can see an example of such brackish well in 45D/10 1621. Settlements and civic features. In settlements, we have permanent hut shown with a red square, whereas a temporary or abundant hut is shown with a square with red border. In case of settlements, there are multiple huts very close to each other. A closed polygon shape is shown in red color instead of individual huts. Some cases the huts are far, so they are shown as dispersed settlement. For dispersed settlement, you can see an example in 45D/10. The grid reference is 2016. Places of worship. We have temple and tomb. Temple is shown with this symbol, whereas a tomb or chhatri is shown with similar symbol, but you can notice there is no door shown. Public service places. Here there won't be symbols, instead there will be abbreviations. For instance, PO stands for Post Office. PTO stands for Post and Telegraph Office. Dispensary will be written as it is. PS stands for Police Station. Government buildings like Dak Bungalow will be shown with DB. Inspection bungalows shown with IB. Circuit House with CH. Rest House with RH. These are all government buildings. Vegetation will be self-explanatory in most cases. Trees on the map will be shown in green color, whereas some special survey trees will be shown in black color. The type of forest will be written in the green patches. For instance, dense jungle, fairly dense mixed jungle. You can see an example of it in the grade 2316 in 45D/10. Open mixed jungle, you see an example of it in 45D/10 2318. Now fairly dense mixed and open mixed jungle suggest that this region receives seasonal rainfall. Open scrub is an area shown in white with open scrub written in it. It will have thorny bushes. This indicates that this region receives very less rainfall. Then the miscellaneous features. Let's look at the miscellaneous man-made features first. We'll have telephone line, which is self-explanatory in the form of dotted line. So every third dot is bigger than the regular dots, and the word telephone will be written along with it. You can see an example of telephone line in 45D/10, grid square 1113. A causeway. A causeway is a small bridge which is made to maintain level of road. This is required usually when we have a small stream or river crossing the road. Now you can notice here there is a red colored metal road and there is a dry stream in this map extract. So obviously we need to make a small causeway here to maintain the level of road. Similarly, there is even smaller stream and the stream is crossing the metal road. Now we can't allow that to happen, so the metal road has to be continued with the help of a causeway. So remember, the location of the causeway will be where a red color roadway and a black colored river. You can see example of this in 45D/10 1820. Fire line. Now fire line is a clearing made to prevent forest fires from spreading. It will be shown with parallel dashed black colored line. Piao is a place where drinking water is available. For fire line you can go to 2316 grid in 45D/10. You can see example of fire line. So causeway looks something like this. This is example of fire line, and then piao. Then comes lime kiln. Lime kiln is a place where lime is manufactured. Of course, it indicates that people are engaged in construction, trade. The symbol of lime kiln is two concentric circles along with lime kiln written. You can see an example of it in 45D/7 in the grid 8397. Brick kiln has the same symbol along with the words brick kiln. Here bricks are made. You can see an example of the same in 45D/10 in the grid square 0813. Stone quarry. Stone quarry is basically a stone mine, which also indicates that people are engaged in construction and also trade. Let's look at some miscellaneous relief features. First is sand dune. As we all know, sand dune is a small hill of mud or sand. You can observe in this map extract these clusters of brown dots are nothing but sand dunes. Then we have depression. Depression is generally a low land which is below the general level of the land. It will be shown with an oval shaped figure which is made of dashed line and DEP written in it. Then we have broken ground, very unique land feature. Broken grounds are formed along the river banks. As you can see, these broken lines, these curved lines along the river bank. You see here these curved lines, they are broken grounds. They are basically uneven river banks which are made when a region is receiving seasonal rainfall. So the alternate dry and wet season makes the river bank very uneven. This is also an indication that this region receives seasonal rainfall. Then we have rock outcrop. There are sections in the map where we have rock outcrop written in the white patches. Now that represents some rocks protruding out of the land. Now this makes the land unfit for agriculture. So that's why it is in white section. Then we have sheet rock. These are generally sedimentary rocks, sheets of such rock exposed to the ground, of course again in the white section. Then we have some sections with stony waste. These are weathered pieces of rocks. All these three will be found in the white section, which represents the uncultivable land. For rock outcrop, you can go to 45D/10 1327. For sheet rock, you can find an example in 45D/10 1024. And for stony waste, you can go to 45D/10 1525. And last is road cutting, which is a road made by cutting through small hills. You must have seen such road cuttings while moving along the highways.